I got a humongous pimple right here. What up, Pink Ladies T-Birds? Just happen to be watching my My name is Jimmi Pynk, and yes, on the porch. Cause number one, I really ain't in the mood to do the review. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. I'm not in the mood. Y'all know I'm still recent on the surgery front, so I'm not in the mood. That's number one. Hey Isaac, number one, I ain't in the mood. I ain't in the mood to do the review right now. I was gonna try to take a power nap. Me and my mom and my niece had some things to do today, and I was gonna try to take a power nap, but I ended up finding out this Eurovision thing was a movie. I thought people were talking about the actual Eurovision competition and not a Will Ferrell movie. So I had to peep that out, and then it was 10 minutes, grab a smoke, watch Drag Race. Hey Sierra, how are you? Oh yeah, y'all piling in because y'all know I'm about to light this bitch up, right? And I don't mean to smoke. Y'all, I swear I was being good. Yep, you guessed it. Shit drove me to drink, fam. Now, I'm not going to lie to y'all and say that since I've had surgery and once I was cleared to drink, because I did actually specifically ask for post-op because y'all know it's about to be the holiday or whatever. And they said I could as long as I wasn't taking the narcotics. I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. I'm doing very well, guys. I'm doing very well. And keep in mind my voice may come in and out because it does that, and I've been told it may do that for about 2 months. But also I found that I look extremely adorable with a damn bandana tied around my neck. Just wait till I get home and get my makeup and shit. I'm about to be cute as hell. But anyway. Hey CC. What's up with this episode? Y'all, okay, let's talk about it. Oh, thank you, CC. Hey Jerry. Um, but there's tools I don't have because. Hey daughter. Um, there's tools that I don't have, and I haven't been able to go back home because obviously I'm recovering from surgery. I'll be going home tomorrow to get like my tools to do my eyebrows and my contour, my face, and foundation, and my proper things to wash my face, like my Noxzema and my apricot scrub, because clearly I need it. Oh yeah, I'm talking about Drag Race. You thought that was the best runway so far? What's up, K Scott? You thought that was the best runway? Bullshit. Bullshit. Now y'all know I was on Miss Twitter. I was on Miss Twitter. Yeah, there's 15 in y'all. 15 of y'all in here. I got one like, and I know that was Sierra. So hit that shit up. Thank you, Sierra. My scarf game ain't got no choice but to be on point because I'm too vain for y'all to see this goddamn scarf. I'm too vain for anybody to see it. But bruh, no. This runway, there was some good looks on the runway. But was they good because they was camouflage? Was anybody like playing with the fact that it was camouflage? Couple people. Couple people. Couple people. In the affair, see, this is why All Stars, I ain't real this lip sync for your legacy bullshit. I'm really not. I would like for the season to just go back to regular, where it's the top queens and the bottom lip sync for their life, because this is some bullshit. India Fair is the new Roxy Andrews. Even though India Fair's outfit should have saved her from being bottom altogether, because she by far had the best goddamn camouflage outfit. I said what I said, and I'm not taking it back. That shit was fire. I was like, I wanted it to either be something that I wasn't expecting with camouflage. Alexis Michelle did that. Alexis Michelle. Lord, y'all know she could never. Alexis Mateo did that for me. She went camouflage in a completely different way. And what's up, Siobhan? Her camouflage for me, she went in a different way. She was giving me like the White Queen of Narnia, where it was like a snow hunting camouflage. That was fire. India Fair had the best outfit. Y'all are not gonna sit here and tell me that Miss Cracker's outfit was that fire when I done seen every goddamn drag queen do Ariana Grande with that outfit on. Hers just happened to be camouflage. That's it and that's all. It was Ariana Grande. Granted, I'm not anti drag queens doing celebrities. But y'all make like that was just so new and fresh. And I was like, literally every drag queen that's ever did Ariana Grande, or for that matter, Beyonce or Rihanna, has had that fucking outfit on. Where's the lie? Tell me where the lie's at. She did look like Aquaria. Maybe because I've seen Aquaria with something similar to that on before. Shea Coulee's was cute. It was cute to use a different color camouflage. I was surprised more people didn't do that. But at the end of the day, you was a 60s housewife. I've seen that before. I wanted to see something. The outfit would be different regardless of whether it was camouflage or no. Juju, you looked great, but you was giving me True Beverly Hills. You was giving me True Beverly Hills so much, I wish that you would have had the little hat with the feather in it like Gigi did. Because you were giving me very True Beverly Hills with the beige and the green and the red hair. You was giving me very Phyllis Neffler, very that. And I'm not anti that because y'all know I fucks with True Beverly Hills heavy. And I done already told y'all in the episode when they had the capes, I already told y'all the beige dress that I used for buttoning bows I had because I was going to do that Phyllis Neffler outfit. That was going to be my Halloween costume. My opinion on Blair's look. Um, I got two people's looks that when I actually sit down and rewatch this and do the review again and look at pictures, I need to really, really, really look at. And one is Blair's and the other one is RuPaul's. Blair was giving me tree. And yes, it was camouflage. And camouflage is basically set up for you to look like the surroundings, trees, and everything like that. But the category was camouflage, and I got nature. But camouflage is you're supposed to blend into nature. I'll tell you this. I may have liked Blair's look better had she painted her face camouflage. So that she would have really just looked like, okay, I'm really trying to hide out like I'm a tree. I might have liked it better if she wouldn't have went for beauty makeup and she would have went for camo makeup. Listen, this is the thing. I don't know how I feel about RuPaul's dress because in theory, it incorporates shit that I love. Y'all know I love incorporating the athletic with the feminine. So I liked that sleeve. That was that poof sleeve, but it was like black leather, like a Letterman sleeve, and it had like the closure like a Letterman sleeve. Fire. Get that the fabric was pennants. And in theory, I should have liked it, but something about the execution of them pennants was wrong. Maybe the pennants shouldn't have been multicolored. Maybe they should have all been the same team colors. Maybe they should have all been like red, black, and white. All teams, they had red, black, and white pennants. Maybe it shouldn't have been pennants at all, and maybe it should have been just like almost like a half a jersey where it was just like a number and like letters or something. I don't know, because in theory, I should have liked it. And in theory, I did like it, but it wasn't executed right. And you can always do a multicolor print with black fabric. You know how I know? Because India Fair just did it. It wasn't the color combination that was wrong. It was the fabric. Maybe it should have been mesh jersey, like how basketball, like what uniforms are made out of, or something like a pinstripe fabric for like a baseball jersey. And then the like where it's cinched at, because it had the buttons like it was a baseball jersey. In theory, I should have liked it. In execution, I didn't. Hey, Banksy. Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. Thank you. I'm doing pretty well. In execution, I should have liked it better than. And I think it was the fabric. The idea of doing like that athletic Letterman sleeve with the black leather on the other side, and this being a colored fabric and being an athletic fabric works. It's the fabric that she used or the designer used that didn't work. And then, of course, the fact that you have this athletic dress on and you got your still same RuPaul big pageant hair, that deserved a ponytail. If you're going with something that you're playing with the sporty and the athletic, then the hair needs to too. So instead of you having your usual pushed back Delta work drag hair, that should have been a high pony or a bob, or better yet, a baseball cap with a high pony coming out of it, or a little fascinator that looks like a baseball cap. Something about it was off. Something about Blair's was off to me because the category was camouflage and I got Mother Nature. Juju B is going to have to step her pussy up with these outfits. I love her. She cracks me up. She is the highlight of the episode, each and every goddamn episode. But a camouflage dress with a cape that was camouflage lined. Really? Really? That's what we're doing? For All Stars? Really? Mayhem. Sis, I don't know why you pissed off because you never wear a bodysuit, and you shouldn't have for All Stars either. It was a bodysuit. And I mean, it wasn't no bodysuit with no thrills. It wasn't a dance costume with fringes or anything on it to make it more exciting than a camouflage bodysuit. Shit looked like you got it from Forever 21. Straight up and down. It looked like you bought a bodysuit from Forever 21, and they had this belt garter combination, because you know Forever 21, once they get one fabric, they got a bunch of shit in it. So they had the little belt and bag with the pink and olive green camo on it, and the belt was olive green, and you bought the belt, and you put some silver fucking chains around it and called it, and they probably had some knee socks or some knee tights, and you put on a white boot and made some gloves out of a full body suit and called it a day. I don't know. And also, let's not forget these people ain't picking their teams. They were assigned their and their parts. And India and Mayhem was set up for failure because they had the dumbest skit out of everybody. That skit was fucking stupid. Oh, 1993, I'm very, very sorry to hear about that. You have all of my condolences. You have all of our condolences. Oh, I'm so tired of hearing about people passing away. That's terrible. But surgery did go well for me. Thank you. But yeah, we understand why you won't be alone. Prayers and condolences, of course. All that happened with All Stars 5 is this. All that happened with All Star 5 is we was complaining it was a goddamn kumbaya and RuPaul's best friend race, and they set it up to be messy as hell. That's what happened. They set it up to be messy as hell. And then I'm sorry, do y'all really think Miss Cracker won? Any of it? Now y'all know Miss Cracker is my girl, right? I love Review with a Jew. I love Miss Cracker. I think she's a hoot. I think she's funny. But she didn't win this challenge. She damn sure didn't tie with Morgan for that lip sync. Well, no, I think it was fine for Mayhem to be on the show. I just think Mayhem got to that bottom and she was just like, you know what? All right, I got my check. Bye. Because remember, at the time they was shooting, it wasn't, at the time they was shooting, we didn't know nothing about the goddamn coronavirus. So she probably was just like, my booking fee about to go up. I'm about to get booked. I'm about to make my coin. I'm good. Thank you. You put the two people in the group that went home on an improv challenge in a group together. And literally gave them the dumbest premise out of everybody. Why would one of them, if it's supposed to be TMZ, why would one of them ever be the person that caught her shoplifting? And then do a little quick burb like, oh, she was on season 8,000 of The Bachelorette. What? That was stupid. And then, I'm a liquor. What? And they talk about some it fell flat in the middle. Because, y'all, they have an outline. They didn't come up with that looking shit. That shit was in their fucking script. It was fucking stupid. Y'all set them up for failure. You set it up for it to be Mayhem or India. India, who had already been in the bottom 3 times, and Mayhem just because the drama of them both going home on an improv challenge. And the drama of Miss Cracker having to be the person to send Mayhem home when Miss Cracker won that challenge that sent Mayhem home. This shit was so goddamn scripted. They might win the Emmy for best goddamn drama. Oh, hey, KK. Well, I ain't gonna say they knew that she was a shoplifter or nothing like that, but I ain't gonna say all that, but first of all, Miss Cracker wasn't the best in her group. Jujubee was. Miss Cracker wasn't even the best in her group. Jujubee was. But that would be boring as hell for Jujubee to win twice in a row. Shay and Alexis might have been messy, but they was the funniest. Blair, Cracker, and Jujubees was the best acted. Alexis and Shay was the funniest. And Mayhem and India was set up for fucking failure. Right. And then the lip sync assassin is her best friend. Not her best friend on Drag Race. Not somebody that she met on Drag Race that's her sister. Her best friend for like years. We knew about Mayhem Miller. Mayhem Miller was on Hey Queen with Morgan McMichael. Because she's a LA queen and they sisters. $19.93. I know you. I'm gonna let you let that slide because I know you need some comic relief. Charlie Hides, girl, they was talking about some. They hope Aquaria was the lip sync assassin. I said she's not a lip sync assassin. Morgan McMichaels. I'm here for that because Morgan McMichaels. We forgets about sometimes the early girls. That's the lip syncers. Morgan McMichael can go, and she went. And she went. And she went because that song, Where Have You Been All My Life, is very sexual. She was giving me Riri's attitude. She was giving me attitude. She was giving me the moves. She knew the words because Morgan McMichaels, the reason why Morgan McMichaels is such a successful lip sync assassin is because she has one of the most precise lip syncs. Like her mouth to her hearts, hell yeah. And then matching outfits, and then they came out lip syncing and matching outfits. Let's talk about that. They came out and lip synced and matching outfits. Because they really, really, really wanted that to be the Tatiana and Alexa, what's the bitch name? Alyssa Edwards of the season. It wasn't. That shit wasn't no tie. That shit wasn't no tie. The only thing that I would say where Morgan McMichaels fucked up is at the end where she kind of was just like, fuck it, I ain't winning no money anyway. And to me, I know they ain't supposed to look, but don't you know your best friend's name is in your titty? Maybe you throw it at the end. and do shit like I'm just gonna hop over Cracker. Because am I the only person that seen it looked like Morgan McMichael tried to throw it at the end? But I'm like, the damage was already done. You already did what you had to do. Your lip sync was better. Cracker wants to do a bunch of drag queen moves and duck walks because that's what Cracker does. Because Cracker doesn't feel like she's sexy and that's a sexy song. Rihanna is all about sex appeal and attitude. And the song that y'all lip sync to is literally about amazing fucking sex. So I didn't need to see coffee grinders and duck walks and to that. I had even said in my notes, I had even wrote, as soon as they said Miss Cracker won, I said she can't beat the lip sync assassin. She can't beat no lip sync assassin. Now, I'm not saying that Miss Cracker is not a good performer, because she is. But she's not a great performer. She's a good performer. If you telling me you bringing the assassins, unless you gonna have somebody else come out here doing that comedy bullshit. Oh, TKB ain't coming. You see what queens they getting. Morgan McMichaels was a good pull though. That's somebody that I was like, yeah, lip sync assassin. But I was so shocked Morgan McMichaels didn't have on no plaid. And then I seen what she had on. And I said, not her and Miss Cracker is matching. Not her and Miss Cracker is matching though. So I don't know, y'all. This episode was real flaky. It was real flaky. The highlights was Juju B just looking at Blair and Cracker talking. Because Alexis said you trying to set, strongly insinuated that you and Mayhem was trying to set me up to leave. But that being a double goddamn win, and it could have possibly been a double elimination, if India wouldn't have fought, and we'd have lost Mayhem and India, I'd have been pissed. I ain't even gonna lie, but India, you have been, girl, you won the first, this is episode 4, you won, and been in the bottom ever since. And the fact that you didn't go home simply off the strength of that. I get Shay voting for Mayhem back, 100%. 100%. I get that. But the rest of it, child. See, that's why I need all my stuff at home. My mustache then grew back. You can see it. I don't like that. I have concealer for that. But Mayhem made me mad because you came out with a bodysuit talking about some I'm Barbie going to combat. That didn't say Barbie going to combat. That said Forever 21. I'm sorry, it did. If the category is camouflage and all you do is come out with a basic camouflage dress or a basic camouflage bodysuit for all stars, you deserve to go home. I'm sorry. At least Juju B did have the forward thinking to include a cape, because if not, India Farrah Andrews, I swear I wrote that in my notes. Okay, India Farrah Andrews, I swear I wrote that in my notes. I'm going to start spelling her name India Farrah with 3 R's. I mean, it's already got 3 R's, but 3 R's in a row. When Legendary is giving me more life than All Stars 5, there's a problem. Because Legendary has a lot of issues and a lot of kinks they need to iron out for season 2. But this is nothing new. We've seen this at almost every reality show, that they have to iron out kinks in season 1. So that's nothing new. Hey D, who goes home first? India. The only reason why I kind of don't want India to go home is because she is turning the party on the runway, though. I liked the idea of her flesh colored outfit, but it wasn't cute. I mean, I have some question about her taste level too, but when it's on point, it's on point. I just can't imagine Mayhem was just like, you know what? It's camouflage, but I always wear gowns, and my body is always right. And since for the gods, you'd have been better off just wearing a camouflage gown for real. I was so disappointed nobody really went there. It was like either go all the way across the grain like um, Alexis did, or I wanted somebody to be so spot on. Where was somebody in like the Rihanna army hat with like the Mickey Mouse ears, and then like maybe like a Mickey Mouse dress that was camouflage, but it had like polka dots or rhinestones that look like polka dots on top of it, something like that. No, Blair St. Clair in that challenge looking like Justin Bieber had tickled my soul. I ain't gonna lie, them trying to be Butch was the funniest shit to me. It was like y'all explaining the skits like y'all work for TMZ being dude bros is what fucking wore me out. That shit was funny to me, not the skits. Them all these feminine ass drag queens trying to be Butch as hell. That was what was funny to me. That shit was hilarious. Yeah, D, I can see that because it's for me too. Because I am also a former dancer. Um, ABDC. To me, ABDC was never the same because y'all had your best group win the first season. Nobody has ever been as clean and precise as Jabberwockies, and that was your first season. So it was always going to be a downward spiral for America's Best Dance Crew because the best dance crew y'all ever had won y'all first season. Nobody has never been as clean and precise as Jabberwockies ever. None of them. None of them. Oh yeah, I love Shay. I want to talk about Shay for a minute because I want to talk about how this bitch did not come to play. She came to slay because first of all, she got that skin together. She got some. Since the last time she was on, she got that skin together. That skin is on fucking point. I don't know if she went and got some Proactive, some dermabrasion, or what's up, but that skin is on fucking point. And her boy outfits have been as good as her fucking girl outfits. Because when I tell you, baby, that white motorcycle jacket with them pastel metallic colors on it, that striped shirt with the striped gloves, the Racer X jumpsuit she had on last week, Super Crew was pretty close. But nobody was ever as clean as Jabberwockies. And Jabberwockies had a real clear vision with the mask. So because they have the mask on, almost like what they say in Legendary, because their faces was always covered and you really couldn't tell who was who, they had to be that precise, and they executed it because you really never knew who was who in Jabberwockies. So they had to be that precise because you could never see their face, and you could never see their hair or nothing. Everything was covered. It was just sickening. It was just sickening. The whole aesthetic and everything was just sickening. Shay has given us different faces. That's true. The Neutron dance. Oh, she killed that, the Neutron dance. That's what I'm saying. She's the only person that beat her assassin. I'm sorry, Miss Cracker did not beat her assassin. I watched that. And I was like, okay, she pulling out tricks and she fighting. I'm not mad at that. It's $20,000. And you get to send home who you want to get sent home. There's a chance the person you want to go home may not be the person to go home. Then you got to explain that shit. Now you got an enemy in the competition. So she was fighting. I'm not going to say that Miss Cracker wasn't. She was fighting. But she wasn't selling the song. Morgan McMichaels was. Morgan McMichaels kind of gave up a little bit at the end, but like I said, I know they ain't supposed to look, but if I see my best friend in my titty, I'm throwing it. I ain't winning no money. They don't get no money. They don't get to win the $20,000 if they win the lip sync. So if I would have got a glance of it and seen it was my best friend, I'm throwing it. And I think Morgan tried to at the end. I really do. Right, and they filmed the lip sync twice. Right, Jermaine. Hi, Jermaine. Yes, you are correct. And that could be a thing too, even though it don't matter. If it was a different person that won every week, it was 10K. I think it's ridiculous to bring a lip sync assassin in and they win absolutely nothing. Because what you fighting for? Especially because the lip sync assassins that you've had thus far are already well set in their drag careers. Don't even really need the exposure to be on here as a lip sync assassin. At the time, remember at the time of taping, you have had Monet, who just won All Stars 5. You've had Evie, who just won All Stars 11. I mean, just won Drag Race 11. You had Alyssa Edwards that got her own TV show, and let's not forget, so did Monet, and a successful podcast with Bob. And you have Morgan McMichaels, who is the go-to bitch in LA to even get booked. Morgan McMichaels ain't hurting for no goddamn gigs nor any fucking money. So you ain't even had nobody out there as a lip sync assassin that's hungry enough to come out there and just show their ass simply for the sake of showing their ass. And the lip sync assassins, for as much assassins as they is, and even though they winning because these other people ain't able to step up to their level, they at half speed. Even though I think Morgan McMichaels won, I done seen Morgan McMichaels work. We seen Alyssa Edwards work. We done all seen Monet Exchange work. Evie Oddly was really the only one to me that really came out there and said, I'm going to really show my whole ass. You going to really have to try to beat me. And Evie Oddly was the first one. And again, had just won her crown. She really showed her ass because I think at this point in time, she's so young and she had just won that crown. I don't think she know how to half step yet. Alyssa Edwards definitely didn't have her foot on full gas. Neither did Monet. And Morgan McMichael didn't either. Where's the lie? Oh, by the way, I'm pretty sure they film. I'm pretty sure they do them challenges twice on Legendary too. I'm pretty sure. Maybe not maybe I don't think that they do their Vogue off twice. I think that's legit. I think they do that once and whoever won. But their performances, yeah, I think they do them twice. Because I've seen some edits in there where one person was off and then they cut to the judge real quick and come back and then the person is right back on beat. And don't get me wrong, when that's what you do, you can get back on beat that fast. But the cut be too fast and it's like, nah. Or some of the judging like this week where they was just like praising the gorgeous house of Gucci and I was like, that person was off in the walk. And it wasn't delicious for a change. And I was like, that person was off in that Fifth Element. They picked that thing up second. And then they was praising like, y'all did what y'all had to do. Well, maybe y'all got the camera angle wrong or something. Because there was a mistake. So maybe y'all put the wrong edit in there. So there's that. Oh, really, Jermaine? You can ask the room if they care about a spoiler. Because really, at this point in time, y'all, I'm just telling y'all the truth. If y'all didn't really depend on my reviews, I don't even know if I would be watching All Stars 5 all like that. I really didn't even, first of all, I wasn't in the mood to watch it today. I'm going to tell you the truth. And then I'm about to go back to work. So this is really about to be a thing. And y'all know as much as I love to do the costumes and stuff like that, it's going to be hard for me to do it anyway. Because now I have to figure out a way on how to incorporate covering my neck scar up with my looks. And I'm just not prepared to do that. So we might have to put on a hiatus of me doing, the looks. Until this heals up enough that I can actually put on like a necklace and stuff on top of it, I'm scared to even wear my real gold. Because it's still stitches. It's still like, I don't want it to like get caught and like rub. Because the scar on my neck is pretty substantial, you guys. My thyroid was big. It had grew even more. Because I had to wait to get the surgery because of COVID. Like almost 3 months. and it grew even more. And my surgeon team told me it was in the top 10 biggest thyroid glands they had ever seen. They had told my mother after I had surgery that they tried to get the scar to be smaller where it would be more camouflage, and they just couldn't. Um, so I basically have a giant Nike swoosh on my neck. And eventually it will fade enough that I will be comfortable with it, but it will not be during Drag Race All Stars. So that's another thing. You said if it's Roxy, if it's a last minute, well, first of all, we can deduce. Because if it's a last minute replacement, you know it's an LA queen. If it's a last minute replacement, you know it's an LA queen. Instead of it being a lip sync, you know what I wish they would do? Hear me out. The very first week, it was a lip sync assassin. It was perfectly safe for that to either been Evie Oddly because she had just won. She's the reigning queen. Or it could have been Trinity or Monet because they were the reigning queen of All Stars. After that, the person that got sent home, it should have been the top queen of the week. And if, now of course that ends up just replacing people, but who fucking cares? If you have to go against the person that went home last week, and if they beat you, they get to come back, and whoever y'all voted out gets to go home. And then they get a choice of who gets sent home. Could be both people, could be only one. But they get to send somebody, or they get to take somebody's place out to people that's in the bottom if they win the lip sync. And send somebody home, so that therefore you can still have people going home. Well, no, it can't be that. It can't be that. They replace the person. Let's just say that if they win, they replace the person. If they lose, they're done, and the person that they voted on all together. If the person that wins, the person that's the top queen of the week wins, who they pick get to go home, and your chances is over. Is it Jamaica or Jamisa? I think we talked about this before. I think your name is Jamaica because I was like, my government name is Jamaica. But it's a weirdo queen. You got it. Oh, I know it's an LA queen because it's a last minute replacement. Jamesia. Okay. It could be Cameron Michaels. I wouldn't even be mad though. Even though Cameron was doing the same thing over and over and over again, she did save herself from the bottom 3 times in a row. So technically, on the technicality, she is a lip sync assassin. Because she was at the bottom like 3 weeks in a row and made it to the final because she kept winning her lip syncs. So technically, by TKO, she is a lip sync assassin. So I couldn't even be mad if it was Cameron Michaels. Technically, she is a lip sync assassin. If you survive 3 lip syncs, you a lip sync assassin. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, technically, she is a lip sync assassin. So I don't think that would be out of the ordinary for it to be Cameron Michaels. She lip synced her way into the top 4. She was in the bottom the last 4 weeks of the competition and made it to the final 4. Hell, made it to the top 2. So, really can't say she's not a lip sync assassin. She is. Who is somebody that would not be a lip sync assassin as an LA queen? I mean, shit. Is it Raven or Delta Work? Because, I mean, they already on stage. You got some drag you throw on real quick. We got some shit in the back. Still got some shit from Celebrity Drag Race. Pick some shit out you can fit and lip sync to. Let's go. Well, I never know because so many of them end up moving to LA. Yeah, Cameron has every right to be a lip sync assassin. And I think most of them is probably LA Queens. Or is in LA doing a gig. Oh, yeah. I mean, if you had a list, you gotta have Coco. It could be Tati. Oh, wait, said Isaac is not far off Silky. So is it Nina West? She's not an LA Queen. So is it Nina West? Is it Jasmine Masters? I'm trying to figure out who it would be as a last minute replacement. I don't care, but oh god, it better not be fucking Valentina. It's up to the room. I don't even know if Jasmine would do it. Jasmine is so over it. She would be like, bitch, I'm not getting paid. I ain't got a chance of winning the money. Jasmine would be like, y'all buy me some weed. Jasmine has to come on stage high as a goddamn kite. Oh yeah, Mercer Daniels for sure. That's why I said I'm like, but she's in LA. Jasmine, listen, and Jasmine is older. Jasmine my age. She like, bitch, and I ain't get no chance to win the money. I ain't got no chance to win the coin. If you would walk off the holiday special, you ain't pressed about exposure to do that shit. No. She walked off the damn show talking about some I ain't got time, I got shit to do. And I live in LA. I can literally get in my car and go home. Honey, trust me, once you hit your 40s, you don't give a fuck if she already had been doing drag for 20 something years. She don't give a fuck. No, we like Jasmine where Jasmine is at. Some people don't need to come back even though we would love to see them on TV again. We love Jasmine Masters. We love her I don't give a fuck attitude. But I like her I don't give a fuck attitude on Instagram when we can hear what the fuck she's saying and she can be herself and she can get high as she wants to and be cool. What's up? I have no idea who that was. Nina Bonina Brown. If she don't want to do it, I don't want her to do it. It's an overused queen. Oh, so it must be Trixie Mattel. No, Nina Bonina Brown ain't studying doing that shit. Absolutely not. Is it Trixie Mattel? I definitely feel like Vanjie is already planned. But she was supposed to be doing the Vegas show, so I don't know. But so was Evie. So I definitely think Vanjie is already on the docket. I don't think that's a quick replacement. I think Vanjie is already on the docket. Oh, it is. Oh, so Vanjie wasn't already on the docket. Oh, I thought I was about to say they said Vanjie. I'm like, oh, Vanjie ain't already on the docket? Because y'all love Vanjie. I thought Vanjie would have been already a damn assassin. Even though she really ain't one. Or she hasn't been on the show at least. But I would have figured they was already going to use Vanjie. She was a last minute replacement. I would have figured they already would have used Vanjie. They said it wasn't an assassin. He said you came in late. He said it was somebody that was a last minute replacement. So it probably wouldn't be somebody that would be considered an assassin. And they said it's somebody overused. So I said, is it Trixie? Vanjie, I figured was already gonna be on the docket, child. I would really love to know who that was that just rolled past my house, because I really don't know. It was a guy. Not the only thing Trixie assassinated was Shangela's win. Oop. Oh no, Katya can go. Katya can go. Katya can go. Katya can go. That's why everybody loved Katya. You can be that goofy, silly queen. You can be the goofy queen. You can be the camp queen. You can wear ugly shit, but you can be real stylish, and you pretty, and your lip syncs back it up, and you cold. Like you are just a well-rounded fucking queen. You said that was some high school love. They call me by my government name, so it's definitely somebody I know from. They didn't say Jimmy, and they didn't say Pink, so it's definitely somebody I know older. And it was definitely a guy. Let's see how much high school love it is. They come back around to pull up. Pull up, ho. No, they already said it's Vanjie. Yeah, they did say my government name. It could have been a relative. I know where I know people from based on what they call me. They call me by my full government name. It's somebody I've known for 20 years plus. It could have been a relative. As a matter of fact, it might have been my cousin, cause he rolled past another day, and he was in a car or something like that. It might have been my cousin, cause he rolled past another day. Oh, he would have called me Meek, and he always called me Jimmi Pynk too. He's fascinated by the fact that I ever rapped, so it wasn't him. I don't know who the hell that was, but hi, you could have stopped. But yeah, this episode gave me the blues, man. This episode really wasn't the tea like that. It really wasn't. This episode really wasn't the tea that I needed. A little disappointed, folks. I ain't a good song. Y'all always do the bullshit Rihanna songs. Y'all always do them real poppy for pop radio Rihanna songs. Come on, rude boy, give it up. Come here, rude boy, come take it up. I don't even know who the guest judge was. I ain't paying no attention, but I did see the premiere for the next Legendary, and you know I'm hype. You know the next Legendary is about to be superheroes and villains. Super hype. Super hype. I know I know last week was the best on Legendary. Last week was the best Vogue Down for Your Life, because that's what I'm going to call it. Vogue Down for Your Life. That was the best one. Yes, I want hood Rihanna. Listen, I'm a card-carrying member of the goddamn Navy. Last week, that was the Vogue Down for Your Life last week. I was like, ooh, I think they picked the right person, but I ain't know. I was like, double Shantae, keep them both, because that was the best one this week. I was like, I don't know why y'all don't just keep sending blue cheese out there. Just send blue cheese. That's y'all best vulgar. Lan Van has been the superior house for 3 out of the 6 goddamn episodes, though. I was like, ooh, despite their mother being stiff. Hey, Amor. Oh yeah, that's what I call him. That's what I call her, blue cheese. I know it's cheese now, but the first few episodes I could not get it together, and she had that blue hair. I said, fuck it, blue cheese. That's her name now. I don't know if I put the episode out. Oh no, because that was the last one that I didn't even edit. I was like, this is 2 hours of footage, and I was recovering from that surgery. I was like, I'm not editing this. Y'all got to see this in the whole thing. Ebony versus Lanvin was iconic. Yes, it was. If is y'all watching Legendary, honey? Hey, Bria. Bria, I do like some EDM. I'm not gonna lie and say that I don't, but I probably like really like the EDM that's like pure EDM, not like the poppy EDM. Well, if Laomi said, I'm here for it. I was here this week for Laomi and Law, like going at each other a little bit, and then they blew kisses to each other. I'm like, and I felt what he was saying, because he was like, listen, I'm not from the ballroom. Now I didn't need you to do all your little accolades, like I get paid to go to all the fashion shows and I'm one of the highest priced stylists. I'm happy for you as a black man. Get your coin, black man. I'm very happy for you. And I know that you do Zendaya, and Zendaya be laid, so I know you good at what you do. But that bob wig wasn't it. And that mushroom old Halle Berry and Strictly Business wig wasn't it. And Laomi knows ballroom. But you are there to be the fashion judge, and I get that. And things get heated. But one thing about the judges panel that I do like is that they do all seem to genuinely get along. Oh, House of Lamb Ben did that. I ain't got nothing to say against it. They did that. I knew as soon as they came, I was like, well, y'all got Superior House again. Y'all got Superior House again. They did that because they were all living for Ebony, and I was like, They were off. This is the best Delicious ever did, because it's usually Delicious ass that's off. It wasn't Delicious this week. But that Fifth Element in Jarrell's outfit was everything. It was. Doing the, what's my man's name? Oh, y'all know his name. Gary Oldman. With the half bob with the ball. But he never really actually had, I mean, they updated the outfits a little, but they weren't exactly the Fifth Element, but inspired by. Because I think Delicious should not have had on that cage skirt over the Ruby Rose look. But that iridescent puffy sleeve jacket that was like a cross between the Wizard of Oz and the Fifth Element that Jarrell had on, everything. Hi, Aaliyah and the Bee. Everything is doing very well, thank you. I am doing much better post-surgery. Thank you for asking. But I will tell y'all, my alcohol intake is not the same. Because I ain't even buzzed, but I was like, I ain't buzzed, but I don't even really, like, I ain't feeling this beer all like that. We'll see tomorrow when I have some frozen strawberry raspberry lemonade with the fam. Bitch. I had a lighter. I got a question for y'all. Real quick. This is just something I've been trying to like kind of get a poll on. And I was just been asking this question. And I do apologize because this is only going to be for the black people in the room. if y'all are celebrating the 4th of July or having a family get together, whether y'all consider it celebrating the 4th or y'all just having a family barbecue on the 4th, is y'all rocking red, white, and blue, or is y'all doing red, black, and green, or are y'all doing the blackout and doing all black? Delicious just needs more polish. We had this conversation. I don't know if it was on. I think it was on the episode because me and Holmes talk about the show. You know, we really kiki. Like I said, like this last one was 2 hours, and I just was like, I don't even feel like editing this because when I was trying to put that out, I was still highly medicated, and I just was like, I can't do it. I'm just gonna put it out as is. But I know it was edited out of another one because I was having a conversation about with Delicious being a plus size woman, and I understand that she's trans, so she hasn't been like a plus size woman her whole life. There are just key things that you need to know that I see that she's sloppy, and that just comes with her, you know, has not been a female very long. Even though her mother is a plus size woman, so a lot of her fashions and stuff be on point because her mother is a plus size woman, and I'm sure her mother helped. But like it's just some things like when they did the Wild Wild West ball that I said you have to watch when you have on like a corset or a foundation garment and you're wearing something like leggings and you don't really have a really, really curvy ass. You have to watch how your weight shifts because it can make you look boxy at the bottom if you don't have, I mean, you can be curvy and not be really curvy. So if you're not somebody that's like really got that bubble butt and those really round hips, you have to watch when you have on a foundation garment that's not a full foundation garment, or even if it is a full foundation garment, because it can shift your weight to a fact where it makes your bottom half look boxy. And I noticed that that's a thing. Not usually, because I've seen her in leggings and stuff before, but she didn't look like that. But whatever that corset was that she had on with that, did that. And because when you do have more weight on you, when you make your movements, other stuff is moving, so you have to be a little bit cleaner and more precise because you already have extra stuff that's moving just because you have more weight on you. Just things like that. But also her attitude is a little bit lackadaisical, and I'm like, she needs to be a lot cleaner with her movement and learn how to move with her roles so it don't look like everything is moving with her. And I mean, these are just things as a plus size woman that I've had to deal with my whole life. But because she's transitioned to a woman, these are things that she still has to learn. And maybe she doesn't have a lot of even other trans girls in her life that are plus size. But her mother is a plus size girl. But then some plus size woman is just sloppy, and maybe her mother is sloppy, and she's not getting her together on that. I don't know. Hey, Bobby. Hi, I love you too. My brother Bobby Peso is in here. I had surgery. That's why I look like That's why I look like I'm on the railroad with the bandana. I had my thyroid surgery, so I got a big ass Nike swoosh on my neck. I ain't talked to Bobby Peso in so long. Hold on, I gotta light my smoke, bro. And I don't know what I did with my lighter. And my mother, the beautiful soul that she is, though she's not thrilled that I smoke, she has boxes of cigarettes for her barbecue, but she always leaves me an extra box in case I ain't got a lighter so I can smoke on the porch. She the real MVP, y'all, for real. She really is. I love that woman with all my heart. But she the real MVP because she don't judge me. You know, she know I've been going through some stuff. She be a little bit concerned now. She know I ain't really been drinking because obviously, like I had surgery, but she know I'm cleared to do it. And I told her, I was like, I'm running to the store. Like, I ain't about to be out here, like, wilding and getting, like, shit-faced. But, you know, I told her, like, my usual routine when I review RuPaul's Drag Race, like, even when I was working, which seems so long ago because I've been back and forth off of sick leave so long, that my routine was for RuPaul's Drag Race. That was like my day of the week that I really let loose, and I would have like a bottle of wine and smoke my cigarettes and watch the episode and be dressed and get cute and have on my makeup and shoot the review and then go live after that and have drinks with people because they just watched it, and you know, that sort of thing. So they love them thick and plus size. Oh yeah, and there's plenty of men to do. Trust and believe. But we talking about this TV show where it's a transsexual woman, and she's plus size, and they do routines and stuff, and she's sloppy sometimes. And I was just saying maybe it's because she didn't grow up a plus size woman, that she doesn't realize like there's some tricks and tactics you could do to make yourself look a little bit neater, and you have to like kind of like tighten up on some of your movements so like it's not that extra movement. And sometimes she looks sloppy, and it's just And I'm not saying it's because she's trans, because that may just be who she is. She might just be a sloppy broad. They make them too. She might just be a sloppy broad. But I know her mother is a plus size woman. So like she dresses well, and when she dresses, her proportions and everything is right. So she knows that. So somebody's taught her that. Um, but there are just some tricks of the trade when you're plus size that you just have to know. That I don't think that to me it looks like she don't know it yet. And that's all I'm saying. You did get an Amber Alert for Youngstown a couple days ago. You absolutely did. And then that guy politely went on Facebook and said she ain't with no stranger. She with her daddy. And the woman is taking, but I got some inside tea, and I'm not even going to get into all of that because I don't know that young man or that woman or that baby, but somebody very close to me does, and kind of gave me the key on that. And I'm going to keep that to myself. But yeah, you absolutely got an Amber Alert for Youngstown, Ohio. It was somebody's father. It was the girl's father. It was the little girl's father. But yeah, you got an Amber Alert. You did get an Amber Alert for Youngstown, Ohio a couple days ago. You absolutely did, because I did. But it was the little girl's father, and he nicely posted on Facebook, she ain't with no stranger, she with her daddy. The girl wouldn't let me see him, and she'll be back tomorrow. I was like, you still going to jail, jail, jail. Kurt's going to jail. Kurt's going to jail. Kurt's going to jail, jail, jail. But he like literally went on Facebook because that Amber Alert went out and people was like reposted it. And he went on Facebook like she ain't with no stranger, she with her father. Yes, 1993. Oh, honey, because I say Kurt's going to jail or somebody going to jail like that all the time. I'm a pop culture wealth of knowledge, man. I love that you knew that though, because other times that I say it outside of like my cousins and stuff, they be thinking that I really that was like a straight up and down rape van that just rolled down the street, all black with black tinted windows. I see that car, the car on the street I'm running in the house. So y'all might be snatching people to sex traffickers and shit. But yeah, Kurt's going to jail, jail, jail. I love that you knew that was the Good Burger though. Yeah, I love that you knew that was Good Burger. Another one of me and my cousin's favorites is when somebody says something crazy. Alrighty. Oh. See, that's why my YouTube people is my fucking tribe like that, man. Like, cause who the fuck else would have been like Good Burger? Kurt's going to jail, jail, jail. Well, damn. I smooth just heard you was trying to call somebody that went straight to voicemail. No pussy for you this evening, sir. Did y'all hear that? Because they had it on their phone. They had it on their Bluetooth. You have reached the voicemail. No pussy for you. Or no weed. Whoever you was calling. Yeah, that is a classic. I know some of these words. Oh, that's another one we used to say. I know some of these words. Said somebody didn't pay their bill. Oh, somebody getting ghosted. Who the hell y'all calling and went straight to voicemail? What time is it? 11 o'clock at damn night. You trying to get some pussy or some weed. Or well, some pussy or some drugs. Could be some pills. Or some dick. That's being really sexist and homophobic because it could have been a guy trying to get some dick. It could have been a girl trying to get some pussy. It could have been a girl trying to get some dick. That's not fair. Hey, Brandon. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I'm hanging in there. I'm doing well. But yeah, I don't know, man. What else been going on since I done had surgery that we ain't talked about? Excuse me. It's a three-way tonight. I mean, it could be that too. Motherfuckers is out here doing their thing. I damn sure. Listen, first of all, I ain't thinking about no dick. Listen, if you live with dick, great. If you don't live with dick, coronavirus is still out here. I ain't thinking about no dick. And I ain't trying to fuck nobody with no mask on because I like oral and I like kissing. So I ain't thinking about no dick. That's number one. Number two, um, I don't need a Pose marathon. Pose on Netflix. Corona coochie or Corona cock. No, ma'am. I ain't thinking about no dick. And you ain't gonna tell me you can't get corona from putting your mouth on a dick or a coochie. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be real gross, but I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all, buckaroo bonsai like I do. If I have a sinus infection, I can smell that shit in my pee. So I know you can smell it in my pussy. No. You're not gonna sit here and tell me that you could fuck somebody or suck and lick and somebody got the COVID and you can't get it from that shit. I don't believe it. It's a fucking bodily fluid. I don't believe that shit at all. At all. Not with 10 toes and 10 fingers, whatever you into. How do I feel about what's happened with more black deaths? Well, I'm not shocked. The thing is what they're doing is they're desensitizing us. It is our job to not get desensitized and to keep fighting and to keep marching. It's our job not to get desensitized. It's our job to stay fucking vigilant and stay fucking mad at the shit. Now, with that being said, motherfuckers is getting hung from trees and they saying it's suicide bitchware. The whole NASCAR shit. Bitch, that was a noose. I was willing to go with y'all that it was a pull down. And I'm like, okay, but if it was a pull down, what kind of pull down was it that it could be mistaken for a noose? And then they came out and showed the pictures. Bitch, that's a noose. So if it was there since last year, then y'all purposely put him in that garage. Because it was the only fucking one that was tied like that. Because why the fuck would you fucking fashion it like that? If all you needed to do was pull it down, the normal thing would have been in one a regular knot, maybe a couple, not made like a fucking noose. That was a noose. For whatever reason, whether somebody did it and they thought it was funny, ha ha, because it would never been nobody black in NASCAR, ha ha ha, we gonna make this one a noose. Whether somebody thought it was funny, whether it was intentional or not, bitch, that was a noose. Hi, you genius. Yes, I'm doing very well, thank you. I'm doing very well, thank you. Bitch, that was a noose. When the pictures got released, I had to go through the whole backlash of it was a NASCAR hoax and this and this and this. And then they showed the pictures. I was like, bitch, that was a noose. I don't care who was the first person who discovered it. A 5-year-old, if they know what a fucking noose was, would have looked at that and said, that's a noose. There's 1,000 different goddamn ways to tie a goddamn knot. Why the fuck is the pull down fucking as a noose? Why would it be fashioned in a way that it can get fucking tighter? So that you can put it in a knot and then y'all ain't gonna be able to pull it down again. Bitch, that was a noose. The obvious thing would have been if there has to be a fucking pull down for it to be a regular fucking knot. You know, one that doesn't get smaller as it gets tighter. One that can't unmistakably look like anything else. And come on, NASCAR, y'all got money. When one of them garages is fucking broken and need a pull down, y'all got money to get them handles fixed. That should be fucking reported. Y'all should have people on deck to do that shit. You know people got to get in and out the damn garages. Y'all can't tell me a multi-billion-dollar fucking sport ain't got money to put a handle on a goddamn garage pool. And then y'all want me to fucking forget that y'all was just threatening this man's life and calling him all kind of niggas and bullshit, and he can lead the sport and he can drop dead and all this because he said he didn't want to race with Confederate flags. We didn't forget that part. And then all of a sudden this happens. We didn't fucking forget. So if it was already tied like that, then y'all put him in garage number 4 on purpose because that's the only one that's tied like that. Then y'all did it on fucking purpose. But somebody bullshitting. And it ain't Bubba. Y'all really be thinking black people are stupid. We ain't the ones that's dumb enough to say, okay, well, the president said it's okay to go back to work without a mask on and just said, okay, fuck it. We was stupid, we wouldn't still be here. Y'all been trying to fucking make us extinct. We was stupid, we wouldn't still be here. Y'all tried y'all hardest to eradicate us, so obviously we know something. We ain't dumb. Some of us is dumb. Some of y'all is dumb. Some people is just stupid. But as a race, we ain't stupid. And nobody is pulling the fucking race card just to pull the race card. And if they do, we let y'all know about it. We was just as, we, the black community and the queer community, I say this for everybody, we are all pissed at just Juicy Smollett. We all mad at that motherfucker. Because you made us all look fucking bad because, like, this is why we wait so late to try to say it's discrimination in the first place is because they don't believe us. The same thing with women and sexual assault. Y'all like to not believe us, so we really don't even be wanting to say anything. So when we say it, it's because we fucking mean it. Bubba did not pull a fucking Juicy Smollett. He didn't tie that knot himself. I highly doubt he knows how to. And y'all sitting there like, well, it was there since last year. Why do y'all have a noose hanging? There is no other reason to tie a noose except for to tie a noose. A regular knot in a loop so that you can grab the goddamn garage door down would suffice. They say it all the time. All we want is equality. Be scared if we decide we want revenge. Because just because y'all guns is legal and y'all card carrying members of the NRA don't mean we ain't got guns. Fucking duh. How you think motherfuckers is just dropping dead in Chicago? What y'all think we having West Side Story dance fights? We pro-gun too, motherfucker. Like, come on. Is y'all really that stupid? Y'all don't think we got guns too? Just because they ain't registered? We got guns too. Fucking duh. Stupid asses. It just kills me because it's just like the fucking white fragility, man. Like, what is threatening to you about somebody being equal? Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, come on, man. Like Cat Williams said, his white friends was like, he had guns. Duh. But they weren't registered. Um, Duh. Why would I fucking record with y'all what the fuck I got? Allegedly. But since it's black people that want to bring up black on black crime, well, how is that fucking happening if we ain't got guns? You think all them people died in Chicago by knife fight? Like I said, we fucking dance fighting like it's West Side Story? We boogaloo shrimping each other fucking down? Shit, we probably more pro-gun than y'all is. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a fucking buck. We probably more pro-gun than y'all is. Rolling style 100%. 100%. 100%. Oh, when I was in the hotel, when I was in the hospital, it wasn't sweet. By any means. I'll tell you the truth. My blood pressure was high as hell. And they said that's normal because that could just be my body trying to adjust to like the pain of having surgery or having something removed from my body or whatever. And they said I was being released, so my mom came. And they said my blood pressure was too high and they was giving me stuff for blood pressure to bring it down. But then they said it had to be below 150 before I can go home. So they gave me something. Half an hour later, I was released. So they told me all the medications they sent me home with. You think they sent me home with a blood pressure pill? Because they didn't. My endocrinologist was like, oh, for real, word. And my endocrinologist called me in blood pressure medication. So y'all was so concerned I couldn't leave the hospital because my blood pressure was so high. But as soon as y'all now, this whole time I've been in the hospital, from 5:30 in the morning to noon, to about 12:30, 1 o'clock the next day, my blood pressure is sky high. Y'all have to give me medication through IV to bring it down. It'll go down, but y'all come back and check it and go right back up. But it got to be down, but then y'all release me and don't give me no blood pressure medication. I'm black, over 40, a smoker, and overweight. So y'all concerned about my blood pressure so much that y'all can't release me till it's under a certain level. But then when y'all give me medication to go home, y'all don't give me nothing for my blood pressure. Not even the blood pressure medication that I was on prior to the thyroid happening and being on the beta blocker. So y'all was going to send me home, and in a half an hour, my blood pressure was going to spike again. And then what? And then my mother talked to the doctor, because at which point I can't speak. So my mother called the doctor, and when she talks to the doctor is telling her it's on her chart that they were supposed to give her blood pressure medication. They didn't send me home with no blood pressure medication. I got my prescriptions from the hospital, because that's a thing that I was able to do. But even if y'all would have called me in a prescription, y'all gave me 3 prescriptions and called in 3 more, none of which was a blood pressure pill. So yeah, I was worried, as I should have fucking been, cause y'all motherfuckers killed my father too. Good night, 1993. Again, my condolences. You got the email if you need to talk. So yeah, yeah, I was very worried. Yes, rolling this down, I was very worried, and clearly, I was very worried, rightfully so. Thank God for my endocrinologist. They're like, well, within a week, we need you to make a doctor with your regular doctor about your blood pressure. And what happens if I can't get in? So I'm just supposed to be 180 over 110, 180 over 120, 190 over 125. I'm just supposed to just live with that right now. But y'all so worried that y'all can't release me with my blood pressure high. But then my mother is literally asking them, well, y'all worried about her blood pressure. Is y'all giving me, I'm sitting there. I can hear her. I'm coherent. I just can't talk. My mother was like, well, y'all worried about her blood pressure. Is y'all giving her a blood pressure pill? Well, no, we're not going to give her anything for blood pressure. Explain to me how that 1 plus 2 equal 5. And then my insurance wouldn't cover my blood pressure sleeve. Because that wasn't the condition that I had. I didn't have surgery for anything with my heart or anything that had to do with blood pressure. So they wouldn't cover my blood pressure sleeve. Got a prescription for one. They wouldn't cover it. Um, well, Ohio is pretty much back open. They have some different things. Like when I had to go to my surgery follow up, you had to call first. Like nobody else, because nobody else is in the office at the same time as you. So you have to like call first. They have some things, but my doctor's office that had my paperwork since April fucking 3rd, who didn't fill it out, who I didn't call and get on their ass because I was supposed to have surgery on the 27th and it got postponed for COVID, that I couldn't get on their ass because my father passed away on May 4th and his funeral wasn't until May 14th because of COVID, because you can't just have funerals like that. So we had to have that stretched out for 10 fucking days. And then I didn't get my paperwork in until June to find out that my sick leave ran out May 23rd. My doctor's office don't give a fuck either. When I go back to work, as far as I know, yes, I will be doing the same job. I am going to be attempting to transfer to another job, but they're still on rolling layoffs. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. Um, One of my closest friends in the world, that we've been friends since freshman year of high school. Y'all know him. Y'all know my producer. He comes in sometimes, and his wife comes in sometimes on the lives. Um, we work at the same place, but he's worked there like a year and a half before I did. Um, they are still, and I talked to another one of my friends that work for the company as well. They're still doing rolling layoffs, which sucks for me because I was on sick leave for so long that if they do a rolling layoff, I would not be eligible even for a week. I would just not get paid that week. I wouldn't have the money. I have worked there long enough to get subbed though, so I think that the union would still have to pay me. I don't know the rules of that. I would have to double check, but um, they were doing a buyout for production only. I didn't apply for it because I was under duress and I was sick and I was like, I don't even feel like sitting down and reading all that to go through taking the buyout. I was told there'll be another one in a couple months. Nobody wants to take the buyout because it's hard to get jobs out here, but I'm really thinking about doing it and just moving on. because for what I'm making, and because I took so much vacation last year before I knew what was wrong with me, and I kept calling off work because I was sick and didn't know what was wrong with me. They're telling me I didn't work enough, and when I go back to work, they're going to start taking part of my money to cover the vacation. My base rate is not $15 an hour. I'm trying to wait it out because we're in contract negotiations this year. But if I don't get to $15, at the very least $15 an hour. Target is higher than $15 an hour. I will be moving on. Buyout or no, I'll be moving on. Because the gas it costs for me to go back and forth to work, you can't leave at work. Um, as far as I know, I haven't had any problems where I feel like I have. They were never 100% sure if it was asthma or my thyroid. Um, as far as I know, I'm breathing a lot better. I don't think that I have asthma, but I've never really. I can't do anything physical enough because I can't do strenuous activity to know if I actually do still have asthma, or if I actually do have asthma, or if it was the thyroid pressure on my windpipe. Um, but I'm having a lot of problems with my allergies now. The job is dirty, it's dusty, it's not air conditioned, it's sweaty, and it's a very physical job because I don't do that job in the lab no more. So I made more money working in the lab than what I did doing this hard ass job. If I don't get a significant pay raise after this contract, I will be looking for another job. Oh, thank you, Jocelyn. Oh, thank you, Polly David, as well. I'm doing very well, thank you. Um, and that's the thing too with trying to start over another job, because like I know what my insurance is, and I have insurance, and I don't want to start all over again with that. But I mean, really, with paying my 401k back, and now y'all want to try to take some money back because y'all overpaid me for vacation and all of that, and I'm already my base rate, and because I work day shift, there is no additional. I made a lot of additional money working continuous run, which they sold the contract on, um, which I was still against because I knew this day was going to happen where the plant was not going to be continuous run anymore, and I was going to have to come back to work more days, so that's more gas. I was going to make less money, and now because there's not continuous run, you can go back to mandate me overtime. Before we went to continuous run, I was mandated overtime that I was working 6 and 13 days in a row. Mandated. So, and then you'll do stuff like mandate overtime, but have somebody laid off for a week, which is actually illegal. I don't know. I've been off from that job so long. If I thought that I could get another job that I made significantly more money before I had to go back July 6th, I will go back July 6th and put my 2 weeks in. The company is failing. I believe that the reason why the contract this time was 5 years instead of the standard 4 is because they thought that the company was going to be closed by 5 years. And the company was bought out by different. The company is under a different name. It was bought out. But they keep offering buyouts. Since I've been on sick leave, this is the third one. And not a few people, 20 and 30. They had hired so many people and laid off so many people permanently before they went to these rolling layoffs so they could prevent that from happening. I was 77th from the bottom a year after I worked there. I am now 76th from the bottom now because people have taken buyouts. and people are taking buyouts, and the higher up people that are actually making the money are not taking them. It goes in order of seniority, so people that are like right around me or behind me are actually getting them. And y'all have laid off so many people or worked so hard to now fire people because y'all trying to get rid of people that after working there for 6 years, I'm in the same place seniority wise as working there for one. My sister is a legacy with the company. My sister has been there for 26 years. She won't take the buyout. I wouldn't if I had that many years either. But because she has so much seniority, she has a significantly easier job. And when I go back, because I've never done the job longer than 3 months at a time, hell, let's keep it a buck. I've never done the job longer than 8 weeks at a time. Because they switched me to that job. I went on sick leave. I went back, had to go back on sick leave, and I'm going back again. Which basically means I got to relearn the job all over again, which means I can't do the job quick. And the job is, once you know the job and you can do it easy, you can be done before the end of your shift, and that's cool. You can smoke whenever you want to. You can eat lunch for however long you want to, because you know you can get done. I'm about to go back to having to take all day to do the goddamn job again. Having to do that job all day again is a lot of hard work. When I first tried to do that job, straight up and down, I would come home, I would eat, I would be asleep till it was time for me to go back to work the next day. That's not life. And I know more now than ever that life is fleeting and you ain't promised tomorrow, and I'm not trying to live my life like that. Work and sleep? No. For not even that much money? I could see if I made $33 an hour, then fuck it. Yeah, let's go, because I can go hard on the weekend. Have anything I want. For not even 15? No. Hell no. Especially when I've had jobs that I've made more money than I make now. I just fucked them off because I was young and stupid. Oh no, Polly David. Let's see, may I ask you a question? Is it true that U.S. has no public health care center? I mean, it's not universal health care if that's what you mean. If you have certain things like children, oh, I ain't supposed to be able to see that. Like children, or a disability, there are things in place for stuff like that. Sure. They had some things in place for COVID that I wasn't eligible because I was on sick leave, not laid off from work. But public health care, not so much. And then we have the Affordable Care Act, which you may have heard of as Obamacare. We have that, but Trump is working right now for the Supreme Court to overturn that. And the Supreme Court is, well, you know what? I'm kind of shocked they overturned DACA, and I'm kind of, man, they kept DACA, and I'm kind of shocked they kept the Gay Rights Act. So, you know, it's almost like the Supreme Court judges is actually there to uphold policy. Almost. 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 But then you also have an administration right now who is saying, hey, let's open up the economy because the economy is more important than the pandemic that's out here killing people. and we have 5% of the population, 25% of the damn cases of coronavirus. But you know what's more important? Money and people going back to work. And by the way, we don't need no stinking mask. Even though every doctor has said if everybody wore a mask, we can get rid of this virus, or at least cut it down enough that we didn't have to be safe or stay your ass at home. Psych! But the economy. And because the president is like, well, I don't need a fucking mask. You got his goddamn lackeys don't want to wear a damn mask. The level of fucking stupidity of Americans is staggering. And the level of motherfuckers that would actually vote for this motherfucker again, like things got better in any way. I'm like, where? For who? I know I'm not rich, but I know how to read news. Who is it better for? Because I don't see it. And all of it ain't racism. Somebody made a post on Facebook, and I was like, this was the best way that it could have been put. They said, I'm not saying that every Trump supporter is racist. What I am saying is, for every Trump supporter, racism isn't a deal breaker. I agree. What do you do when both candidates got racist tendencies and sexual abuse allegations? But the way that the system is set up, I still got to vote for Biden because, goddamn, at least he know what the fuck he doing. It might still eventually be all bad for us, but we keep fucking around with Trump. Yeah, listen, America is a young country compared to other countries on this planet. America is a young country. Most countries have had a rise and a fall. We ain't had our fall yet. I know we still have Trump in the White House. We gonna meet our fall way fucking earlier. This motherfucker ostracizes other countries and everything else. That ain't gonna work. America ain't never really been called the laughing stock. Even with George W. Bush was a little goofy. He misspoke sometime. But we wasn't a laughing stock the way we are now. Now America's a damn laughing stock. We the leaders of the free world, and we a fucking laughing stock. Oh, I know it. Oh, I would twerk, but that's strenuous activity. I'm supposed to do a little bit more every day, and I've been doing some walking and going up and down the stairs. Like, I'm doing really good, but oh, I want to twerk, but that's strenuous activity. So instead, I'm just gonna bounce my flat ass in a chair. Okay. I did have to shoot the camera right on the pimple, huh? I don't even know what song it was, but it was definitely a twerk-worthy song. And I said something, 2 chains on my neck, but I ain't titty boy. It probably was some kind of reworking of she leaking, she soaking wet, because it did have that wet in that beat. Somebody probably just like sampled it. Because I'm going to need Saweetie and Megan Thee Stallion to get some of y'all own beats and quit doing fucking hip-hop classics. Please and thank you. Please leave Pop, Lock, and Drop It alone. Rest in peace, Huey. Leave it alone. It said Megan Thee Stallion is doing Girls in the Hood. Why, though? Now, I didn't mind that. I'd rather be your B-I-T-C-H. My sister, on the other hand, who is a diehard Tupac fan, was pissed. Have I been listening to any good music lately? Not really. I'm just now really getting to the point where I'm not like sleeping off and on all day. So, not really. I've watched the first season of The Politician. Y'all didn't tell me that was a Ryan Murphy joint. I'm not even gonna. Y'all didn't tell me that was a Ryan Murphy TV show. I'm not even gonna disrespect Spike Lee like that. I haven't got a chance to watch The Five Bloods yet either. With my blood pressure being up and down and just having surgery, and they saying nothing strenuous, it's hard enough to just read the news, let alone try to watch some stuff about some black people going through some shit. So I've been trying to keep to light and comedies. But speaking of comedy, Hands Bueller, Hands Bueller, Chris fucking D'Elia. Come on, man. Damn, Chris D'Elia, I thought you was one of the fucking good ones, man. I was watching your Congratulations podcast, and I do not watch podcasts. Okay? And I do not watch fucking podcasts. But I was watching Congratulations. I fuck with Chris D'Elia heavy. I've been fucking with Chris D'Elia heavy. I remember when he had his Comedy Central half an hour, and I was like, holy shit, this dude is funny. I tried to watch Undateable. I tried to watch The Whitney Project. They was both terrible, and I couldn't fucking watch them. I was like super hyped when I seen him in You, and I was like, why y'all got my man playing a child molester? I didn't know the motherfucker played one somewhere else too, and come to find out your ass is really fucking with young girls or trying to fuck with young girls. Come on, man. Damn, Chris D'Elia, I thought you was one of the fucking good ones. And it was funny because I've been watching a lot of, because the one thing about YouTube is great because people don't have originality and they'll just post clips from other people's podcasts. So somebody has been posting like other comedians, like his friends and shit's reactions to this shit. And somebody had like put a compilation together, and it was like people had questions because on his Congratulations podcast he had did this thing about there's no pedophile ring in Hollywood. And I was like, damn, I remember when I watched that one because it was only like 3 or 4 weeks ago that it came out. And then, 3 or 4 weeks ago, well, not at this point, it came out during the time like right after my father died, but I had watched it like 3 or 4 weeks ago. It's probably like 6 or 8 weeks old. And I remember watching it. I was like, all right, usually I agree with Chris D'Elia because, he's one of those, I don't apologize for jokes and this and this and this and this. And usually I fuck with him. And I even remember when I watched it, I was like, I don't know, Chris. I don't know about this. It ain't no pedophile ring in Hollywood about Bryan Singer and shit. Like, I don't know. Like, do I believe in Pizzagate? No, but yeah, we know. Nigga, we know. Like, it is. That shit is going on in Hollywood. We know. Because you part of it, you ignorant motherfucker. I think that would be amazing. I think a Pam would be amazing. I think that would be amazing. Like all the way up to like she really, if y'all remember, she really had a resurgence after Jackie Brown. I forgot what the show is called. It was her and Tim Reed. It was like on HBO. It was a black show. She had like a TV show where she was like the lead character in. After that, she had ended up being the cop in Jawbreaker. After that, Quentin Tarantino really did breathe some life back into her career, you know, and it will be interesting to see. Pam Grier is a fucking icon, and she don't get her due, and she should get her flowers before she die. She's a fucking icon. She's really the first black female action star. And she's a naturally curvy, thick black woman. And I think she definitely deserves to get her flowers before she dies. And I think Spike Lee would be the perfect person to direct that. And if not him, I would say Mario Van Peebles, because his father was a blaxploitation star, and I think he probably has a real understanding of it because he grew up with like that cult status himself. Like even like movies like Posse and things like that are like really blaxploitation films. So if it wouldn't be Spike Lee, I would definitely say Mario Van Peebles. I'm glad she didn't say Quentin Tarantino. Who could play Pam? I would like to see who Pam thinks she could play Pam. I would say Taraji. But if you get somebody, it's the thing. Because Pam's stature and body are so iconic that it would have to, you would want it to be somebody like Lisa Ray or Megan Thee Stallion, but they ain't got the acting chops to play Pam Grier. But her shape is so iconic because that was still during a time where, that was really during a time where thin was in. And for her to be of that stature, because she's a tall woman, she's an extremely curvy woman, and that is like her natural shape, that is so iconic. You might have to go with an unknown because that is so iconic to Pam Grier. She was a sex symbol to black people when she wasn't supposed to be a sex symbol because to them she was too big. So that is such an iconic part of Pam Grier. You might have to try to cast the unknown because you have to have somebody that has that body like her. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But Taraji has the chops, but you have to have somebody that has that body is important. Like, you know, we don't want to sexualize it, but that body is important because that not only was it that she was a strong black female, it was the strong black female that was embracing her curviness as a black woman when that wasn't accepted in Hollywood. So that is important that she's tall and she got big boobs and a fat ass and that she's curvy like that. That's important to her. That's an important part of her story. So try to cast an unknown like they did with Precious. And it's possible if you really take the time to look and cast, it's possible. You might really have to go with an unknown because you need somebody that has that Instagram model build, but also has the acting chops like a Taraji. So that's important because her size is important to her story. Her build is important to her story. It's very important. So because that was one for us. Like black men found that attractive. She couldn't be a traditional movie star as a black woman because to them she was fat. So that's an important key point to the story. So you have to have somebody that has like that Instagram model build. And preferably somebody that's like a Megan Thee Stallion where it wasn't bought. That they're just naturally that curvy. If Megan Thee Stallion could act, she would be the perfect person to play her. Or if Lisa Ray could act, she would be the perfect person to play her, but they can't act. Megan Thee Stallion, I'm surprised she hasn't already did a photo shoot dressed like Pam Grier. Because really, she's the person that has, yeah, now we're celebrating tits and ass, but she the only one out here to get it natural. Megan Thee Stallion is just built like that, and you can tell because her feet is huge. Like, that's just how she built. That is a big ass woman. Just lucky for her, all the weight is in the right places, but that is a big ass woman. And I'm surprised she hasn't done like an album cover or a video or anything celebrating Pam Grier yet. Because Pam Grier walked so that you can run. And yours is natural. You didn't buy yours. I'd like to see a Grace Jones biopic too. I'd like to see black women just really celebrated more. I think there should be a RuPaul biopic. I think that would be hella fucking interesting. If done by the right person. And I ain't talking about no Lifetime one. I'm talking about a Ray Charles Walk the Line style goddamn movie. Because RuPaul's story is really interesting. And if it's going to be made for TV, then it need to be one of them Netflix movies. Like The Irishman, that's on Netflix, but still really well done. Listen, this movie I just watched, this Eurovision Song Contest, the story of Fire Aura or whatever the fuck it was called. It wasn't what I was expecting it to be, and it wasn't as funny as I expected it to be when you have Will Ferrell and the leading lady is Rachel McAdams. And you have Dan Stevens in there. It wasn't what I expected it to be, but I do expect that as I would expect that as a PG-13 comedy being in the theater though. It was quality. Right, Paulie David, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, you might to have somebody play Pam Grier, you might have to, and Spike Lee has his people that he loves. You have Samuel L. Jackson and Denzel Washington and Delroy Lindo. You have great actors. You may have to surround the supporting cast with names, but the person playing Pam Grier probably is going to have to be an unknown because I can't think of anybody that is an actual celebrated actress that has a body like Pam Grier. Pam Grier was probably like a size 6, but that's fat in Hollywood. So I really think you're probably going to have to cast an unknown. You're probably going to have to do like they did with Precious. Hold auditions till you get the right person. That's what it's going to have to be. Because her size and her shape is important to her story. It just is. She became a star despite that because back then that was fat. Not to black people, which is why in blaxploitation, like, she was celebrated. But to mainstream Hollywood, she was fat. It sounds crazy knowing what Pam Grier to this day, even at her age, is built like. But in the 70s, to mainstream Hollywood, she was fat. She was too tall. They probably was even saying she was kind of manly built. Fat and manly built is probably what they were saying in the 70s. Because thin was really in the 70s. So that is a very important part of her story. So you have to have somebody that's got them curves. And that stature. Because just as somebody knowing a little bit about film, I'm sure that there were probably shots and stuff they had to do camera tricks to make her look like she was shorter than some of the men in the movie because she's tall as hell. And that's always the key. You get these biopics like Michelle and uh, Whitney Houston. It's like, but you weren't a good actress. And the fact that the Bobby Brown story was a biopic is kind of fucking ridiculous. But you know. Or then they'll cast things well and it's not written well. Like the TLC story. Y'all was more about making sure the music videos matched up. But I thought Little Mama did a great job as Left Eye. I thought Keke Palmer did a good job as Chili. And I forgot what the singer's name is. I know she was on the game. Did a good job as Left Eye. They did a good job. The casting was right. The script was rushed. They should have got a miniseries like New Edition did. The TLC story didn't tell me much I didn't already know. But that's how they do our stories. Which reminds me, I got to catch up on American Soul because I'm behind. And then this is the thing that black people do too. Which I ain't mad because nepotism and knowing a friend of a friend is something that we've been doing. They've been doing in Hollywood. That's why so many of the celebrities, you find out like, holy shit, that's so-and-so's daughter or so-and-so's niece. Sometimes they can back it up, sometimes they can't. But you don't see it a lot with black people in Hollywood. Drew Sidora, yeah. Thank you, Jermaine. Drew Sidora. I thought she did a good job. You cast the right people, but it was wrote poorly. And it was shot cheap. This is why traditionally I don't like black movies. And it's sad to say, but I'm a little bit of a cinephile. And cinematography and a well-written script matters to me. I try to support black movies, but I can't fuck with Tyler Perry. This shit is fucking cheap. And the scripts are over fucking right. Sorry, not sorry. Why are the movies that we have that go to the theaters are written and look like Lifetime movies? And then when we do get a black movie that's really a black movie, nobody wants to classify it like a black movie because guess what? Ray's a black movie. Guess what? Moonlight is a black movie. But once it is a well done black movie, it doesn't get categorized as a black movie no more. Ever notice that? Y'all ever notice that? When it is a black movie, but it is of the quality of a Hollywood movie, it's not considered a black movie no more. Ever notice that? Nobody ever says Ray is a black movie. Nobody ever says Moonlight is a black movie. But they are. Black movie is synonymous with bad movie. And trust me, my dad, before like streaming and all this, used to buy DVDs. And he wouldn't even really buy movies unless they was black movies. After a while, he would buy movies he liked. Like, he likes Gene Hackman. He'll watch anything with Gene Hackman. But, like, they would be having me watch these movies, and I would be like, because I'm a little bit of a cinephile, and I was an English major, and I was taking film class, and I would be like, this is a bad movie. And not even so bad as good. Because I love a so bad as good movie. Just a bad movie. And I would just be getting offended to the point where I'd be like, I'm not watching no black movies. Because I would get offended. Like, why can't we get the budget to get the actors and the sets and the cinematography, this story might be good. But it's bad. And I can't watch it. The Oval. My mom watches The Oval. American Soul came on after The Oval. And by no means is American Soul a stellar prestige TV show by any means. But I'm interested in the story. Which they clearly didn't think they was getting the second season because they killed people off and brought them back. But what I was getting to is nepotism and hiring people because you know somebody, whatever. I haven't even gotten to the episode where y'all got Darius McCrary playing James Brown. But ever since he played Eddie Winslow, y'all will put him in stuff and he is always horrendously miscast. Horrendously miscast. Not a little bit. Now, when they said Wayne Brady was going to be Little Richard, I was not as upset as some people. And I seen that episode and I was like, he did a good job. But Wayne Brady is an improv artist. I know that Wayne Brady can sing. So can Darius McCrary. Listen, the McCrary family is from Youngstown. They sings gospel. I have no doubt in my mind he can sing. I know he can sing. They all can. But Wayne Brady is an impressionist. There was no doubt in my mind that Wayne Brady was going to be a decent Little Richard. Was he a great one? No. Was he a decent one? Did I know right away that that was Little Richard? Yep. Darius McCrary is James Brown is vastly miscast. First of all, James Brown was small in stature. Darius McCrary is not. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I didn't like Kelly Rowland as Gladys Knight. I like Kelly Rowland. I think Kelly Rowland can sing. I hate that Beyonce overshadowed her so much that her solo career wasn't as big as it should because I really like Kelly. I actually, honestly, personally, like the tone of Kelly's voice better than I like the tone of Beyonce's voice. I think Kelly is the better singer. Because it don't always take all them runs and screaming and hollering that Beyonce do. I think Kelly is the better singer, honestly. Not the better artist, not the better vocalist, the better singer. Kelly has a more melodic voice than Beyonce does. Beyonce's voice is made for hollering and wailing and doing runs, and she do it on every goddamn song. Kelly is the better singer. Just like when they had, just like Jennifer Hudson is the better singer, just like CeCe Winans is the better singer. They're better singers than Beyonce. Beyonce is a better artist, but they're better singers. Not vocalists, singers. Solange too. I just think they're better singers. I don't want to hear all that hooping and hollering and runs on everything. I don't. Yeah, Kelly as Donna Summer would have been fucking fire. Kelly as Diana Ross would have been fire. But as Gladys Knight, and also Kelly is a better actor than Beyonce. So her acting scenes where she was playing Gladys Knight, and then you have to have that balance as well. But the thing about American Soul for me is like you keep having to do these guest appearances, and on guest appearances you're trying to get some name recognition off of them, so you're trying to get actual singers or actors that people know off of other stuff when that's not necessary. And Taraji is a singer. Taraji can sing. And Taraji can sing. But at this point in time, if anybody is going to play Diana Ross, it's going to be her daughter. Which I'm fine with. Because who else better? Her daughter is an actress. Her daughter can act and sing. Who else better? So I'm not mad at that. So if they ever do something about Diana Ross, it's going to be her daughter to play her. And I'm okay with that. Tracy too light, but Tracy looked just like her. That's her mama. Nobody is gonna be saying Tracy is too light to play Diana Ross when Tracy is her daughter. Ice Cube's son was too light to play Ice Cube. You have a problem with it? No, cause who else better? And he had to audition for that role. But who else better? Don't nobody know how to play. Act like they mama. Then they mama. If they do a biopic of my mama, y'all better cast me. And I outweigh my mama by like a good 60 pounds. But if somebody was casting my mother in a movie and I can act a little bit, they gonna cast me. Cause who else better than somebody that lived their life and grew up with this person? Can't nobody imitate my mother like me. My sister. But my sister looked more like my dad. And my sister's not an actor. I have dabbled in acting. So if they was ever to do a biopic of my mother, yeah, you're probably going to pick me to play her. A, I look like her. A, I look like her. And B, I know her mannerisms. I know how to talk like her. I know everything. I already talk like her. My natural cadence in my voice is my mother. So, you know. I would be okay with. I would actually, because Jennifer Hudson, she ain't been getting the roles to do it, because she been kind of in trash movies ever since. Even that Sex and the City role was bad. But with some lessons, if you really took the investment, if you want to do an Aretha Franklin movie, and you really did it, the movie, with a budget, the way that y'all should do the movie, and you have somebody going to training like y'all had Jamie Foxx, but again, Jamie Foxx is an impressionist. When that's something that somebody already has in their wheelhouse to do, he already played piano. He was already an impressionist. So it's not going to take him as much time to get somebody's voice down as somebody who's not an impressionist. Same thing I'm saying about Wayne Brady. He's an impressionist. It wouldn't have been hard for him to get Little Richard. That's what he does. That's his job. So, with that being said, if y'all really took the time to send her to Aretha school for like a year to really get her mannerisms and stuff down, and really get her acting up, and like sit her down with a dialect coach and an acting coach, sure, 100%. And hopefully they did that. Hopefully they did that. Hopefully they really took the time to send her to Aretha school to she get Aretha's mannerisms down and all of that. One of the things when I watched Rocket Band, because I am a pretty big Elton John fan, and I'm a very big Taron Egerton fan. I really like him. He's made all the steps in his career to be a big star, and it just always ended up pivoting in the wrong way. If Bohemian Rhapsody doesn't come out first, he gets an Oscar nomination. He probably wins. He killed that. But the problem is he actually sang the songs, and he sang in his voice, and he didn't sound like Elton John. Jamie Foxx sounded like Ray Charles. Joaquin Phoenix sounded like Johnny Cash. Taron Egerton sounded good in every song he sang, but he sounded like Taron Egerton. He didn't sound like Elton John. They didn't concentrate on that. And y'all have to understand that Elton John handpicked Taron Egerton to play him. Elton John picked Taron Egerton to play him. Well, Fantasia's already played herself, but Fantasia's paid LaBelle 100%. I mean, but when the family is saying we trying to block the movie from coming out. Ugh. Well, if Aretha picked her, I mean, that matters to me. If the person that you're playing picked you, handpicked you to play them, then it's something that they see in you. Yeah, Taron Egerton got fucked by Bohemian Rhapsody. That wasn't even that good of a movie. I agree that Rami Malek deserved an Oscar, but because they just gave it to somebody playing a fucking queer pop star, Taron Egerton got fucking screwed. He didn't even get a nomination, and I hadn't seen Rocket Man, but I've seen it now. That's criminal. That's criminal. Taron Egerton did an amazing job. And I think had his singing sounded a little bit more like Elton John and less like Taron Egerton singing, who has a beautiful voice, by the way. He did great with all the songs. My favorite part of the song is the very end when they do the I'm Still Standing video, because that was my introduction to Elton John. That's my shit. I'm Still Standing is still on my playlist heavy. That is my shit. I ain't even gonna tell y'all the story of what was going on the day that I watched Rocket Man and that song came on. And when I tell you the shit that was going on that day, for that movie to end with that song, with that video, I needed it so much. And out of all of Elton John's story and music and everything, I'm Still Standing is something that really resonates with me from even when I was a kid watching it on MTV. It's kind of almost like a personal anthem to me. I was like, and this man didn't even get nominated for an Oscar. That's fucking criminal. Hey, Love Crypto. No, I don't know if Eddie should have been nominated for Dolomite. I'm sorry. It was a strong field that year. And if you had to do somebody and you had to nominate somebody for a biopic, I would have took Taron Egerton 1,000 times over Eddie Murphy. 1,000 times. Dolomite Was My Name was good. He did a great Rudy Ray Moore. I would not expect anything less than that, because I'm quite sure Rudy Ray Moore was a hero and an influence to Eddie Murphy. But as much as I'm so pro-black and I'm rooting for everybody black, if I would have had to pick somebody to get snubbed, and I haven't watched Uncut Gems yet. It's in my Netflix queue. I haven't watched Uncut Gems yet. But out of the two movies that I did see, and I haven't seen Uncut Gems, out of Taron Egerton and Eddie Murphy, I'm riding with Taron Egerton all day. There is no way that man should not have got nominated. Not even a nomination. I would even accept if he got nominated and win. Not even nominated? No. Nominate De Niro for The Irishman, and I was okay with that. Because I saw The Irishman too, and I was like, Pesci and Pacino, even though the movie was Robert De Niro, they carried the movie. They really did. And I was rooting for Pesci to get that supporting actor. I really was. But there are movies that year that were nominated, like Black Klansman, that Denzel's son didn't get nominated for, but Adam Driver did. I haven't seen that either. With the climate that's going on right now, y'all have to understand, when you have anxiety and when I still have my thyroid that controls all of that, there were a lot of things that I chose. I can't watch this right now. It's going to fuck with me. So I still haven't watched Black Klansman, and I probably won't while all this shit is still going on. I will. I want to watch it. I had the opportunity to watch it, but I was like, I can't watch that right now. Art imitates life, imitates art. When shit is going on in real life, I can't watch art. Oh, I know I'm going to like Black Klansman. Because I read the article. It was based on years ago. Um, because I did take Black Studies classes in college, and that was something that came up. So like I know the story of it, so I know what happens. But yeah, I know it has some comedy to it. Well, you got Adam Driver. Adam Driver is funny for real. I love an actor that can be serious but also funny. And Adam Driver is funny for real. Just watch his undercover boss as Kylo Ren on Saturday Night Live. I'm like, and he has like that dry humor where like he's playing it like completely straight. Cause that's what's funny to me. Like that's why I like that movie. That's why I've really been enjoying The Politician. Cause I like shit that you play it completely straight. You know. Ryan Murphy. I should have known though. When I was watching The Politician, I'm like, it stars Ben Pratt. We gotta have singing in every TV show now. Haven't we learned enough from Riverdale? So I'm halfway through the second season of The Politician. I'm a few episodes into fucking Riverdale season 4 because I was waiting for it to come on Netflix. And I was like, no, we are not doing The Boy. Are we doing The Boy? We're doing The Boy on Riverdale? See, I knew it was a reason I stopped watching this shit in season 4. We doing The Boy on Riverdale for real? We doing The Boy. We doing The Boy on Riverdale where it's a doll that's a dead goddamn triplet. And then I love, let's talk about this. And then I love, because Vanessa Morgan just let loose and was like, Riverdale treat they people of color like fucking trash, bro. Let it be known. And then, like, right after that, it came out like they were eyeing her to be Batgirl. I said, oh, she already got it. A Batwoman. I was like, she got it. Because she jumped out the window on Riverdale. I said, oh, they just ain't announced it yet. She got Batwoman. Because she jumped out the window like Riverdale treat they people of color, they side character, blah, 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 da, 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 which I have been saying all the way since they didn't know what to do with fucking Josie and the Pussycats. I'm like, y'all made them all black and made them be like this statement about women of color, and the reason, I mean, y'all even changed the origin of why they Josie and the Pussycats is because we have to claw our way because we're black women and women of color. When one of them quit, they was like, it has to be another woman of color, and they put Veronica in it, and like all this shit that they made Josie and the Pussycats being all black a thing. And then they wrote themselves into a corner, and they had to write her off the show because they didn't know what else to do with her. And I was pissed. And I was like, this is how they doing with they fucking characters of color outside of fucking Veronica. Because you can't outright Veronica because it's always going to be Archie, Jughead, Betty, and Veronica. But she ain't really living a Latino life. Oh, they did it this season. Like, oh, my last name was Jaime Luna, because where the fuck did Hiram Lodge come from and y'all Latina? And they, like, brought that up a little bit. I've been saying that about Riverdale. I've been saying, like, okay, y'all made Cheryl a fucking lesbian and this chony, but, like, Cheryl just, like, run the fucking relationship, and the advertisement is, like, Cheryl sitting at the phone with Tony by her side and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? She came out and said it. I said, oh. And it's whisperings. They looking at her to be the next Batwoman. She got that shit because she wouldn't have came out and said that shit. And then 2 days later, they was just like, yeah, Vanessa Morgan is a new Batwoman. That's what's up, bitch. Work. Bitch. Wait, I done turned this shit around. I done turned this shit around laughing, bro. I done turned this shit around laughing, bro. Glitter is a star is born with bad acting. Because I didn't never realize until you just said it. It really is, isn't it? Oh, God. It really is. The first two incantations, though, not the second two, because the second two he killed himself on purpose. The first two he just dies. It is. It's like how barbed wire is Casablanca. Oh yeah, I'm about to watch Batwoman now. I ain't never watched it before. I'm gonna watch it now though. They couldn't even get my girl a lace front wig, y'all. That's why she always got that fat ass headband on. Cause, okay, for those of y'all who don't know, I'm like familiar with Archie. I'm very familiar with Archie comics, which is why I started watching Riverdale in the first place. Tony Topaz is a real character from Archie comics. She's a side character. She's not a major character or anything like that. She is Jughead's friend. She does have pink hair. So they slowly but surely kept putting more and more pink in her hair till now it's just a goddamn pink wig with that big ass wide headband. Y'all can't even get my girl a lace front wig? No, I guess y'all can't, because y'all couldn't even get her a lace front wig when they was Harley and Poison Ivy, which I had a problem with. Because I'm like, okay, I get it. Cheryl has red hair, so make her Poison Ivy, but Cheryl's signature color is red, so is Harley Quinn's, so wouldn't Cheryl say, yeah, Poison Ivy has red hair, babe, but Harley wears red and black, and I'm going to be Harley. If you write your character, write your character. Like, yeah, you got naturally red hair, but your girlfriend had on a wig. Well, why don't you? Your girlfriend's hair is pink. The new incarnation of Harley Quinn's hair is pink and blue. She should have just had some blue spray in her hair instead of a wig. But also, you should have wanted to be Harley Quinn because Harley Quinn is the one that wears red. And that is so wrapped up in Cheryl's iconography that Cheryl actually should have been Harley Quinn. Even though her hair is red, she wouldn't have wanted to be the redhead. She would want to be the one wearing red. But that's a little nitpick. Now, I don't know how they going to write her in to be the new Batwoman. Oh, she's probably going to be related to Lucius Fox. Because, you know, she's black, so she got to be related to somebody. Because even Ruby Rose is fucking Batman's cousin, so. And they couldn't even say Tony Topaz was black. They went to her grandfather, and he was Native American. They told the whole story about how, like, their tribe was like snakes, and that's how the whole South Snakes started. Now, to be fair, in the comic, Tony Topaz is pretty racially ambiguous. She's obviously a person of color, but she could have been Hispanic, black, Native American, because she was light, fair skinned, but definitely not white. And her hair in the comics is pink. Well, the thing about Batwoman is that really fake looking red wig, that's real. That's it's part of her cowl. It's part of her it's part of her costume. That's real. That is comic continuity. It is. So be expecting Vanessa Morgan to still have a bad fucking wig when she's in the cowl and cape, because that is canon in the comic books and everything. That it is a red wig. That's canon. That's canon. So I wouldn't be surprised. And the pink wig on Riverdale ain't even bad. It looked like her hair, but I'm like, damn, you can't get her a lace front. She's just gonna always have on that headband. Because in the comics, she wears like a lavender, which when they gave Cheryl Blossom the red Southside Serpent jacket, I was like, well, why don't Tony have a lavender one? And they did a little nod to it because the Pretty Poisons was. They did a little nod to it, but in the comic book, She has pink hair, and she wears like a pink like worker jumpsuit, like a fitted one, but it's like a lavender worker jumpsuit, like a lavender baseball hat. So if you gonna give her the pink wig, at least let her wear lavender all the time. Her girlfriend wear red all the time. It would make sense that people that have something in common with this one wear red all the time. I know that you always get on purple. You know, y'all went full fledged this last season and made her hair all the way pink. Let her wear purple all the time. Of course, except for when they was in the farm and they had to wear white, like certain things like that. When they did Heather's and she had on the whole red outfit. Like I said, y'all did not use canon. I invented red at this school. So you mean to tell me y'all was gonna be Harley and Ivy and you didn't want to be Harley who wears red and black Cheryl? You could even made that a storyline. Like, I'm gonna pick your red wig because my dad used to wear red wigs. If I don't know anything, I know red hair. You could even make that little cute tongue-in-cheek thing. But Cheryl is so I invented red. She wouldn't have went off if I got red hair and did Poison Ivy. She just said I want to be Harley. Harley wears red and black. But whatever. I thought that was a little cute little gay ass nod. They couple's costume was Harley and Poison Ivy. That was cute though. Also, that's a nod because it's Betty and Veronica meets Poison Ivy and meets Ivy and Harley Quinn is an actual comic book series. I actually have one hanging up in my house. Harley and Ivy meet Betty and Veronica meet Ivy and Harley is actual comic continuity, so that was cute too. Except for it's Betty and Veronica, not Cheryl and Tony. But since they're the lesbians, hey, let them dress up like the lesbians, I guess. Whatevs. WWWB. I'm sorry, it's the CW. Some more news. We got some actors stepping down, voice actors stepping down from black roles. The guy playing Cleveland that just came out on Family Guy, he won't be doing Cleveland Brown no more. You about 20 years too late, but what's up? Jenny Slate's not doing Missy on Big Mouth no more. That's what's up. Y'all should have never been doing it in the first place, but Cleveland had a whole goddamn spinoff, and y'all didn't think then that maybe the white man shouldn't be playing fucking the black guy? I just liked it because his name was Cleveland Brown. And I was like, ha! Ohio humor. But also, what was wrong? Jet Black was too sexy of a name? Here's the thing. I'm glad everybody is realizing they little microaggressions. But where is the real fucking policy change at? Right. I love that everybody is recognizing their microaggressions and recognizing that they're making microaggressions and doing their things and stepping down on every goddamn website I go to. Got a thing about equality and Black Lives Matter. That's great. Thank you for that. Where's the changes in fucking policy? That's what I want to know. That's great. But y'all putting, it's a start. It's a start, but y'all putting the band-aid over a bullet hole, but it's a start. At least y'all putting the band-aid instead of pouring fucking alcohol on it. Right, that's what I said. I'm like, that's great. It's a start. It's a start. I'm glad the RuPaul's Drag Race dedicated their last episode to Breonna Taylor. Thanks. What y'all should be addressing is the racism in y'all own goddamn fandom. Yeah, thank you. That's a start. But your black queen's been getting death threats for fucking sending people home that y'all never addressed. Talk about that shit. Talk about the shit that's happening in your own goddamn fandom before you jump to Black Lives Matter and Breonna Taylor. That's cute. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm not shitting on it. But you got queens of color that has been getting death threats for fucking 12 seasons now for sending home the white fucking fave. Death threats. Address your own fandom first. Because to me, it just looked like y'all trying to do good publicity because y'all put a goddamn sexual predator on your show last season. Well, for those of y'all that don't know, July 7th, you're not supposed to shop with anybody unless they black. You're supposed to not be spending no money on July 7th, so keep that in mind. And we supposed to not be celebrating the 4th of July. I personally said, fuck that, I'm American. Shit. Because we wasn't free in 1776, but I'm still fucking American. But I'm okay with not wearing red, white, and blue and wearing red, black, and green instead. I'm okay with that. But I'm not gonna not celebrate the 4th of July. I'm fucking American. The whole point that we is trying to prove is that we are fucking American. We deserve equal rights. So why would we not fucking celebrate the 4th of July? I'm still fucking American. My grandmother was born on the 4th of July. I'm celebrating the 4th of July. I ain't got to celebrate Independence Day. I'm still celebrating July 4th, though. Yeah. Now, the whole thing is supposed to be a blackout. They said we are all black on the 4th of July. Bitch, we black, and it's the 4th of July. No, I'm not wearing all black. I will wear red, black, and green, though. Celebrate Juneteenth instead. Y'all said that 2 days before Juneteenth. Ain't nobody got time to whip up a cookout for that. I get it, but it takes time. And everybody in your family is not a revolutionary. So you can't just throw out old traditions with the bathwater. I'm okay with celebrating the 4th of July. Like I said, my mother's mother is a 4th of July baby. So you don't just not celebrate the 4th of July. But I'm okay with not celebrating Independence Day. I still look at that as a time to be with family. I still look at it as a time to barbecue. It's a summer holiday. But we ain't got to be all red, white, and blue with it. And that's fine. I personally don't see a problem with it being all red, white, and blue. Hell, I'm American. Ain't that what we fighting for? To be being treated equally as Americans? Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater now. I will go on record and say that. I don't agree with celebrate Juneteenth and not the 4th of July. Why? We still American. We can't celebrate both. Or we can't protest and say, okay, we're going to celebrate the 4th of July in our own way, which is what we've been doing anyway. That's what we've been doing anyway. We celebrate it in our own way anyway. And sure, I'm all the way down with. But instead of that, we're going to wear red, white, and blue. But Juneteenth colors is red, white, and blue too. And let's just be honest, red, white, and blue is a damn good color combination. That's why so many countries' fucking flag is red, white, and blue. It's a good color combination. I'm still a patriot. I still wouldn't want to live in no other country. I wouldn't want to be from no other country. I'm still a patriot. I don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. So if my family is celebrating the 4th of July and we said, but we wearing red, black, and green instead of stars and stripes, I'm okay with that too. I have a friend I went to elementary school with. He affectionately calls himself Mr. 4th of July because that's his birthday. He's worn red, white, and blue and stars and stripes on his birthday for as long as I can remember. Because why would you not? That's your birthday. Same reason why I eat. The first thing I do on my birthday is drink a fucking Corona. Because he missed the 4th of July and I missed 5th of May. Cinco de fucking Mayo. Same reason why I eat Mexican food and drink a Corona. Only day of the year. With the exception of somebody bought me this shot or this is the drink that's being served. I only specifically choose to drink tequila on my birthday and Corona. I don't drink it no other time. So does he now just buck all of his traditions and that being his birthday and being Mr. 4th of July and has always had custom Chuck Taylors or custom Nikes or stuff embroidered into his hat because, you know, it is America, so you have MLB has to come out every year, this flag thinking this and this and this and this. No. Ain't that what we fighting for? To be treated as equally as Americans? I'm still a fucking American. So I'm not with throwing out the baby with the bathwater of let's celebrate Juneteenth and not the 4th of July. No, I can do both. I'm still a fucking American and I'm still fucking proud to be an American. I'm not proud of how America is treating my people or myself. I'm not proud of America the way it's being ran right now, but I'm proud to be a fucking American. So I'm not with this we not celebrating the 4th of July. I'm not throwing out the baby with the bathwater. What I can do is not spend my money on fireworks, which is an industry that's really only built for the 4th of July. I can have a barbecue and buy from black-owned stores to get my products out. I'm in groups and stuff on Facebook. I'm like, what's a black-owned alcohol? Is Puffy the sole owner of Ciroc? Well, I guess even though I don't even like Ciroc, but I guess that's what I'm drinking. If these are black-owned brands, let's just buy those. I'm okay with all of that. But don't celebrate the 4th of July. I'm still fucking American. That's a conflict to me. That's a huge conflict of interest to me because I've always been a patriot. And I've always represented red, white, and blue. And I've always had patriotic shit because unlike most people, I've always been a fucking patriot. I love this country. I just want this country to do fucking better. But at the end of the day, We are still a new country. We ain't even 300 years old. We are a baby compared to other countries. We have to accept the fact that we may not live to the fact, we might not live when everybody is, we might not live to the day where everybody is actually equal. We're new. We can try to speed along the process, or we can try to make it a little bit better. But again, right now we putting band-aids on bullet holes. But I'm not ready to just throw the 4th of July away. Yeah, we wasn't free in 1776, but we free now, and I'm still an American. And for 42 years, I've been celebrating the 4th of July because I'm a fucking American. I've watched my niece walk in parades for 4 years because she was a cheerleader on the 4th of July. Because her school colors was red, white, and blue, with everybody with red, white, and blue on. I'm still from this fucking country, so now am I supposed to not support the fucking Olympics? That's a slippery slope. I'm not with don't support the 4th of July. I'm okay with boycotting the flag by not wearing red, white, and blue, and boycotting by not wearing red, white, and blue. I'm okay with that. Not celebrating it at all? No, I ain't with that. I ain't with that at all. Hey, Saya. Damn trade bandit, that name. Oh, I'm fine. I can jump so damn quick, and I'm aware of my surroundings. Make no mistake. And this Budweiser, not Bud Ice, I don't even feel like I got a fucking buzz. What y'all got? Instead of me getting all philosophical and shit, what else y'all got? An American flag shit is so cute. I bought the best dress from Old Navy, this navy blue with white stars. I bought it because I like the dress. And when I see navy blue with stars, I don't see America. I see Dallas Cowboys. But then again, Dallas Cowboys is America's team. I looked at that dress and was like, I'm going to put on my Dallas Cowboy slides and my ponytail with my Dallas Cowboy ribbon and my Dallas Cowboy clear bag, and this is going to be Dallas Cowboys. When I see navy blue with white stars, I know it's supposed to be for America, but I see America's team, goddamn me. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, where does the line get drawn? Don't celebrate the 4th of July. We not going to be able to wear Wonder Woman no more because are we not be able to, I can't wear my Captain America track jacket no more? Like, come on. We still American, bro. I'm okay with don't wear red, white, and blue. I'm okay with that. Secretly, I'm not, because, I'm a Dipset fan. But, because Dipset took that shit back. They was American flag down, and I was here for it. But, oh my God, Dipset is responsible for me having so much American flag shit. Then I had an album called American Psycho. I got so much American flag shit. And if you want to be technical, if you was a real patriot, you would never have nothing that was American flag printed because it's actually disrespectful to the flag. We should actually be all wearing it if that's what we was doing. But ooh, it's lightning. It's a lightning. So I might have to go in the house and wrap this up because it's lightning and I don't really want to be holding my phone. Yeah, I did hear Margot Robbie is supposed to be in a new Pirates being. That was a whole Twitter thing too. It should be Johnny Depp because Amber Heard lied. Y'all ever think Johnny Depp might be tired of playing goddamn Jack Sparrow? It's the problem with social media. People fucking talk before they fucking think. He might not want to play Jack Sparrow no more. He phoned in the last performances. Maybe he don't want to do that no more. He might have to do it for a check, but maybe he don't want to do that no more. It's chess, it ain't checkers. Alright, but for real, the lightning is getting pretty bad out here, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Maybe I might go back live when I get inside, but I ain't about to be outside with an electrical device plugged in, and because the lightning is kind of getting kind of severe up in here. So I'll wrap this up. Um, I will do my review proper of RuPaul's Drag Race sometime this week. I ain't gonna promise it's gonna be tomorrow because I gotta go home and try to do some things tomorrow. I have me and my cousin are gonna have some socially distant drinks tomorrow. Um, so I'll do what I can. But thank y'all for watching. But it's lightning and I'm about to get off this phone. So keep it greasy. Maybe I'll be back. Maybe I won't. I don't know. Deuces.